Hello and welcome to St. Petersburg College downtown campus. I'm Dr. Brandy Stark, and this is what you need to know for this upcoming ghost tour. Haunted activity can include a variety of sensations, sounds like footsteps, whispering, or talking. Sights might be an orb or a mist, a peripheral vision manifestation, a full manifestation, or items moving. Smells, which are actually commonly reported, can include flowers, perfume, and cookies, to less appealing things like cigarettes, cigars, and decay smells. Or sensations of hot or cold air, hot or cold spots, a wall of energy, or walking into an energized location, or being tapped or touched. I am happy to say I do not anticipate any tapping or touching tonight, but if you do happen to see a full manifestation or items moving, please get the nearest Spirits of St. Petersburg member so that we can document this. Ghost types include haunting or a sight reporting in which the entity is merely reported by the surroundings. An apparition is what we're actually looking for, particularly the Casper kind. It is active and interactive, and it has personality. A crisis apparition appears one time to pass on a message or important information, and a poltergeist comes in two classes, one that moves items 5 pounds and under, and one that moves items 5 pounds and over. They are pretty rare. You do need to know about urban legends, which are second-hand stories, also known as FOAP stories, friend of a friend, told by somebody to somebody and then to you. They have just enough truth to be plausible, and they may even have a core truth that it might have happened in one location, but it's not this particular city. One of the most popular urban legends includes the vanishing hitchhiker, which actually hails all the way back to feudal China. Locally, our legend talks about the vanishing hitchhiker on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. For a little bit of history, we're going to talk about John Constantine Williams Sr., who is the man depicted on the right of the screen with the funky beard, and his partner Peter Demons, who is the man in the hat on the left. Williams actually co-founded St. Petersburg. He was its first mayor, and Williams Park was named for it. Essentially, he came to Florida because of his doctor's advice. He had asthma, and he was told that the air down here would be better for his condition. He lived in Tampa, but actually came to unincorporated Hillsborough County because St. Petersburg actually did not exist at that point. He fell in love with it. It was a small, shanty, sleeping village with a single dirt road, which was Central Avenue, and about 200 people lived here. He started to buy land in 1876, but he did not move here from Tampa until the yellow fever epidemic in 1887. In 1888, he and Peter Demons brought down the Orange Belt Railroad in order to start developing this area. They did decide that they needed a hotel, for one, for people to actually stay in once they got here, and two, that unincorporated Hillsborough County was too much to say. The story is that they flipped a coin and that John Williams lost, so Peter Demons named this area for his hometown of St. Petersburg, Russia. Williams was not a sore loser, however. He named his hotel for his hometown, which was the Detroit. John Williams died in 1892, but that same year St. Petersburg was incorporated, and it actually had 300 residents at the time. When we look at John Williams, we do need to check out the Williams House, which was moved from 5th Avenue South to the University of South Florida St. Petersburg campus in 1995. It is alleged to be haunted by either John Williams or his second wife, or by somebody who later on owned the house. There is a story of a lady in a yellow party dress who is sometimes seen, and in fact some interviews that I conducted there indicated people actually saw items moving in one particular office. However, I like to think that I met John Williams himself. I was there being interviewed by WUSF, and I was talking about the phenomena in the house. All of a sudden, my equipment began to register activity. I had an electromagnetic field meter, and it actually spiked. I heard whispering behind me, which made no sense because at that point nobody was talking and they were all in front of me. I turned around and snapped a photograph with my digital camera, and I got the picture on the right with the chair. Unfortunately, I'm not a big proponent of orb images because I think they're probably just dust. But what I did find out later on is that the orb is over a chair that is actually underneath the portrait of John Williams, and that I was visiting the Williams house on John Williams' birthday. So I'd like to think that he actually came to approve of what I was saying about his home. In addition to that, the Detroit Hotel, which was built in 1888 and is one of the oldest buildings in St. Petersburg, is also alleged to be haunted. The area is actually the older part of the hotel, which is the white building that you see here. They added the red brick on later on. The story is that there is a man in a three-piece suit who haunts one of the balconies and looks down upon women in Janus Landing to flirt with them. Janus Landing itself is haunted, and I have heard this account from two separate individuals, that when they felt like they were being crushed by the crowd, they felt somebody walk up behind them, take them by the elbow or arm, and lead them to safety. When they turned around to say thank you, there was nobody there. The only description they could give me is that he was a male, nondescript Caucasian with a baseball cap, which is interesting to hear from two separate individuals. For tonight's tour, you will be led by members of the downtown and midtown student government to various locations in the city. We are going to walk 3 blocks, and you will meet members of the Spirits of St. Petersburg who will tell you about the history and the haunting, alleged haunting, of the Pier Hotel, the alleged haunting of the Indigo Hotel, and then I will meet you at the Palladium to tell you a couple more stories and to give you a little history, and then I'm going to have a 4th person who will tour you through the Palladium. If you would like to participate further, the Spirits of St. Petersburg has a website that you are welcome to use. The link is actually displayed in this PowerPoint. Basically, it will give you a location that you can select, and then you can type in what happened, and it will be submitted to a website as a recording of tonight's events. My only other advice to you is, of course, be very careful and be safe, and to note that I will see you on the other side.